Wow, what an exciting week it has been here on Torch TV. Our New Year 7s have been really brilliant and it seems like they really enjoyed themselves. But now we're going to take you back to some of our highlights here on Torch TV. Transition Week, Day 1. Opening ceremony. It was such an amazing start to the week. Now let's take a look back, shall we?
Good afternoon, I'm Mr Fitzpatrick, I'm head at St Mary's College. A number of colleagues have worked really hard to make the whole week a really special welcome, I think, for our New Year 7s. They overcome their nerves very quickly, they get to know the place, they get to know their teachers, and they get to know each other. They make friends very quickly. Partly because we have sport as our central theme, so they're working in teams all the time, they get competitive and they learn about each other, as I say.
On your marks, get set, go! The activities has already started. Transition Week 2012 is finally underway. I'm Karina Plachkiewicz for Torch TV.
So, Day 2, the highlight was Jez Walsh, and Lauren here had the privilege to interview him. So how was it?
Jez was really calm, really relaxed. He had a great personality, he was so funny, so it just made my job easier really. Should we take a look?
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so could you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
My name's Jez Walsh. I always start that, I don't know why I take a deep breath when I do that, for some strange reason. My name's Jez Walsh, I'm a writer, comedian, broadcaster, and tour around the world and around the country trying to annoy teachers and young people, basically.
Okay, so when did you first start writing poetry then?
About 1996. My first book came out in 1997. All the poems were written for my son Lee, who was now 26 and really irritating.
How old were you when you wrote your first poem?
That would have been about 1997, so I'd have been about 12. Does anybody here want to be a performer? Does anybody here fancy being a performer? The thing about presenting is the worst thing about presenting is having an accent, and it's the way you stood. I used to do something for the ITV. I used to do some fronting for some shows, and I never saw any of the shows, and I wondered what happened to them. And one night I was up, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden I popped up on the TV, and it was about old people retiring to the East Coast. It was smaller than you, this little old man who was stood in front of me. I wasn't aware the way I stood or the way I looked, and I went and he goes, "Anyway, why'd you move to the East Coast?" "We came up here 3 years ago," right? And I wasn't aware that I've actually stood above him like that with a microphone. So you have to be careful the way you actually stand and the way you actually present yourself. And I come across as being quite arrogant, mainly because I'm quite arrogant, but I come across as being, I wasn't aware. And the other thing as well, you see, inside here, it's Brad Pitt, outside here, it's Mr. Bean. You're actually aware of how you actually look. That's the worst thing as well, you know, and how you stand, so you have to be a little bit aware of that. Take your microphone and clear off.
Okay, thank you very much for coming in and
thank you.
Changing the Year 6's opinion on poetry.
They'll never be the same again.
So Day 3 comes along, and the Happy Puzzle Company people come to help the children develop their math skills. Can you tell us more about it, Lauren?
So Sophia, Magic Maths leader, came in and delivered a fun-filled session to the kids full of puzzles and various tasks that they had to complete in a certain time.
Interesting. So let's take a look at what was happening.
Hi, thanks for your time. Can you start by giving us a brief introduction of yourself, please?
Hi, my name's Sophia, I'm from the Happy Puzzle Company.
And what actually is Magic Maths?
So what we do is maths puzzle workshops. So it's maths through problem solving. So they'll actually be doing puzzles in teams, groups of 6, working together, and they'll have to solve the puzzles. And what they'll need to do is really work together, so use all their ideas, bring them together, and hopefully get to know each other as well. So today we've been working with the Year 6s that don't know each other very well, and they're all in teams, country teams, and we've split them in half so they're working with other countries so they get to know each other better.
How do you think by getting the pupils involved that helps them develop their math skills?
It develops their math skills because they need to work on their spatial awareness, their planning, sequencing, and problem solving in general. So rather than numeracy based maths, it's very practical.
And how successful do you feel Magic Maths has been?
I feel it's very successful, especially for those who are not that confident with their math skills. They don't see these puzzles as maths, they see them as games. So it really boosts their confidence when we tell them that it is maths and practical maths, and they manage to finish the puzzles and solve the puzzles all together, and they get through quite a lot in the lessons.
Okay, thank you for your time.
No problem.
The highlight of day 4 had to be student question time, when the year 7s had the chance to ask their teachers literally anything. We never got that, but let's go see how that went.
So, you join me just as I'm about to walk in and host a special edition of Question Time with our new Year 7s. I'm really nervous. I've never done anything like this before, and I've never even properly met them. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Anyway, let's go and see how we get on. An impromptu cheering competition was followed by a fantastic Question Time style session in which new Year 7s got the chance to ask some of the questions they'd been dying to know the answers to. The session seemed to go really well, and it provided an opportunity to get to know their year team and other members of staff far better than is normally possible.
It was always a good experience to meet the new students, and as I said earlier on at the start of the conversation, that any opportunity that they have to ask questions to any experienced staff in the school is always a good opportunity for them. So I enjoyed it, enjoyed sharing my experiences with them.
Mr McAllister.
Mr Derrick.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much for stepping into the breach there and helping us fill an hour's worth of lessons. Something you've done before, something you enjoyed doing?
Never done it before, I enjoyed it. It was nerve-wracking because you don't know what the students are going to ask you. They could have asked us anything.
Well done, thank you very much for helping out and sitting in. How did you find it? Do you think the students enjoyed it?
I think the students did. I think it was really nice for them to have a chance to talk to different people in the school and to find out a bit more about us as staff, and so I really enjoyed it as well. It was great.
Transition week ended with a spectacular closing ceremony. First up, year 7s packed into the sports hall to compete in the races to decide which form would take first place. The competition was intense, as well as a closing message from Miss Taylor. Finally, we found out which form had won the gold medal. But I think it's fair to say that everyone who was involved with Transition Week was a winner. Guys, that's all we have time for this Transition Week 2012.
We hope you enjoyed reliving the memories, and from all of us here at Torch TV, thanks for watching.
And we are looking forward to seeing you in September.